In this video, I'm going to show you how to utilize technology, specifically Nearpod, for vocabulary instruction and the components of day 5, which is quizzing your students. So I'm going to jump into Nearpod and I will show you how to very quickly make your assessment. So I'm going to go new. And for each part of the quiz, I am going to add an activity. So I could do one quiz that was all multiple choice, and that would be fine. I probably am going to add some different components in. So one of the things I will do for a multiple choice is put in a picture. So I'm going to look for a picture of compensation. So here's a great picture. I will say, what writer's glossary term is in the picture? And then I'm going to give some choices. And compensation. So I'm going to choose my correct answer. And I could add another question here if I wanted to. So my next component of vocabulary, I'm going to come over to add activity again. And this time I'm going to do an open-ended question. So my open-ended question is, what is the definition of environment? My students will type out their definition and I will see it, as well as who actually said it. I can share students' results out with one another too after our quiz is. Next up, I'm going to add slide, and we're going to add another activity. This time it's going to be a drawing activity, just to add a little bit of flair in here. So I'm going to have my students actually illustrate an example of a working condition, good working conditions versus poor working conditions, asking them to label each side accordingly. So I'm going to scroll down and hit save here. And finally, I'm going to add one more. So I'm going to do add activity again. This time I'm going to do a collaboration board. And I really like the collaboration boards because I'm going to have the students actually find a picture of one of the writer's glossary words and then define the word below the picture. So students will find the word and they will define it. So I'm going to hit save. And there is my 4-question quiz. If I had more words, I could add as many different slides as I wanted to. So let me go ahead and hit preview here so we can see what it looks like. So here's our first question. What is the writer glossary term used in this picture? What is the picture depicting? Compensation. Student chooses compensation, moves on to the next. Put in their definition of environment here. So it's just typing. This is our drawing, good working conditions versus poor working conditions. So I would depict my poor working conditions here and my good working conditions here. And finally, adding a picture of one of our glossary terms. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to find a picture first. This, of course, is using Google Safe Search, so you don't have to worry about what's going to pop up. So let's say I wanted to use this for compensation, and then I would put the definition of compensation here. And then I would hit post. And then here's my picture, and there's my definition. So that is my vocab quiz. After that, my students would hit submit and they would be on their way.